Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down on nitty-gritty under 10 minutes. And if it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very, very, very important. And not important to liberals, libertards. People believe in God. People like to smoke. People like to drink. People like ayahuasca. People like DMT. When I say these things, that's a disclaimer. So if anybody didn't have heard that disclaimer, something's wrong with them. And then they got something negative to say. And then when I come to them, I say, you believe in God. Why are you believing in God? And you came to the video where you know I told you that I'm not religious. Why would you do that? Why would you come to my channel? Why would you come to me if you smoke cigarettes when you know you're slow? Why would you see questions like that? Blows them out the water because I know the psychology of people who believe in those things I just said. Okay, I know their psychology's work. This is why I'm alone. I'm living in my own prison. Okay, I don't really go out nowhere. People don't know me, but when they do know me, they pay their fees and their dues. Okay, all right. But this video is going to be about a response video with the men with men. It should say men. It's okay. Yeah, I think it should say men with many wives. Okay, there's men with many wives. The men with many wives. You could say that. Okay, fine. But this video is actually going to be also about something else. It's going to be about how men hate men. Beta males or even beta alpha males. Beta alpha males don't really get involved with this chitter chat and stuff like that, all like that. They're usually the thugs, the fuck boys, and they don't do nothing like that. But when you got beta males in their emotions, you call them sigmas, gammas, they call themselves all sorts of names. They will get mad at a person who's doing polygyny because they don't understand the alpha constructs. Okay? I'm talking about that, and I'm going to talk about this video very shortly. I'm not going to play this video all the way straight through. Okay? But there's going to be some problems with these guys who are doing polygyny. And I'm pretty sure these females are not likely to be virgins. I'm going to wait until it's been said. Okay, there's a reason why virginity is important. And when I say virginity and virgin, it doesn't mean it's an underage girl. Like a lot of beta males think this way. Okay, white men do it more. But I'm just trying to say, in Africa, they do this shit. They do polygyny all the time in Africa. Multitudes of different places. That's why I respect more of the Muslim faith than any other faith. Christians, they don't understand. They're the biggest hypocrites in the world. We know that's a fact, okay? Catholic people are very bigots. They're bigots and they're also hypocrites, okay? But let's begin with this video now here. So if you got any comments, questions, insults, or roast you put it down below. Let's begin with the videotape.
Yeah, this is Yazid from my second wife. She's from Yemen. And this is Muawiyah from my first wife. And this is Sofia, my first wife.
We've got 3 wives, 1 husband, 11 kids. We are a family.
Wow. See?
Men with many wives. An increasingly common sight in Britain today.
We call it instant children. When you are in polygamy, the second, third, and fourth wife will have.
Exactly. So when you have children, they come up faster. The children come up faster. The white men don't like this too much because they tried to do it in medieval times. So that's why they created religion, the Greek, Roman Hellenization. They started seeing the benefits of polygyny. And what happened is that they went on too far with it. That's why we got hillbillies and the Confederates. They sleep with their children and get a little too crazy with it. Because white folks love to take things to the extreme 20 and shit. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink, okay? Black niggas in Africa, they keep that shit on the low down, okay? They probably even only have 5 or even 4. But to each his own. King Solomon had 700. So, let's get on with the videotape.
Instant children.
Instant children.
Dad, I enjoy polygamy because I have my the days that I have to myself and to my children.
So when my husband told me about polygyny from the outset, I thought, yeah, I could trust this guy. That's what made me want to marry him more.
See?
Amazing.
But a polygamous life is never simple.
Out of 10 years.
It depends.
I could honestly say, being very generous, I've probably had 6 months of time with me and him.
Especially with a wife in another country.
Okay.
It should just be seen as what it is.
If a wife lives in another country, okay, that can be pretty hard. So it depends on the circumstances of the polygynous relationship. My goal is to bring the wives back, okay? And they work. When they work, they do servitude to 2 masters, which is the white man and their husband, okay? And so when things go right, you build wealth dramatically, very quickly.
is an allowable choice for us.
It is a choice, correct. Now,
From an office in East London, Mizan Raja runs a Muslim marriage bureau.
So you prefer a sister without child? Okay, that's a preference. Okay.
With over 50,000 clients on his books, it's one of the UK's largest.
Now, I do have a particular sister, if you are interested. I just want to know what your situation would be. How old are you? 27. That's perfect age. Same age as her. But the only problem is she's got a kid.
In recent years, Mizan has been getting an increasing number of calls from British Muslims who are looking to get into polygamous marriages.
There are a lot of guys out there who are very well established, very successful men who are who can handle 2-3 wives easily, not a problem. Because they got high libido rates, they sincerely want more children. Why not?
Polygamy is illegal under British law.
Under British law, and it's illegal in the United States as well. On that note, when he said that, what was that note? Okay, I forgot what it was. Jesus Christ. Certain people can handle polygyny. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Women do polyandry all of the time. They don't, whether they like it or not, when they're whoring around on the side, they're already sleeping with multitudes and fucking rotting the cock carousel. So they don't understand what polyandry is. It's one woman, multiple husbands, okay? Or multiple partners. And that's fucking nasty. Alright? Alright, let's continue.
Permitted for Muslims under Sharia law, while far from the norm, some estimate as many as 20,000 such marriages exist in Britain today.
It's everywhere, as a matter of fact.
Brixton Masjid.
Hassan Phillips has 2 wives. He's 32 and works part-time at a Brixton mosque. He converted to Islam when he was 16.
A lot of people, when they find out that, oh, Hassan, you've got more than one wife, like, that must have been your game plan from the beginning, Jamaicans, they love women, apparently. Not something you come into Islam thinking about marriage, especially when you've come from a Christian background where, it's just girlfriends, And polygamy, that was the last thing on my mind. In fact, I used to be scared of it.
In most Muslim polygamous marriages, the wives live in separate houses with their own children.
What?
Tonight.
Well, separate houses, that is breaking up the family as a matter. I do not agree with that. I believe in living in a nice 4-bedroom house or something like that with 3 wives and the children are there too and everybody's homeschooled. That's the perfect, and all the money is to stay in one place. When you break up and you have all these women like Brother Polite, which he's in trouble now because people calling him a pedophile until everything, is cleared out, okay? And this true story comes out, okay? Then, of course, you got to fix those problems. All that shit got to be fixed before you have. If you separate your wives, you're breaking up money. Okay, you're breaking up the money because each place you need a certain amount of rent. And every female should be talking with one another, not traveling to another. I totally understand that how some people would say, when women come together, they don't get along. They, but that's where you have to weed that shit out early. There's no jealousy there. And if there is jealousy, they lose out. They lose out on the income. They lose out helping their families. You got to make that shit clear from the beginning. Let's continue.
Hassan is on his way to stay with his wife Nabeela
He's traveling.
in North London.
That's unnecessary. Damn, man. You only have 2 wives and you're separately?
Nabeela came from Malaysia to do a PhD in engineering at Cambridge. She met Hassan through a Muslim matrimonial website and gave up her studies to marry him and have his children, Safiyan and Saleh.
That's nice.
I was looking for somebody who's been married or who's already in a marriage. Because I was married before that, and having gone through one divorce, you kind of know what you wanted in marriage. So I wanted somebody who already knows how to be a husband. That means that somebody who's already a husband is a good candidate. Yeah.
I don't really support brothers who have this mentality. No, she's got to be pure, unchaste, never been touched, she's never seen daylight. And then
what's wrong with that?
Been around the block. And you think, well, come on, bro.
No. You got that twisted now. You ain't been around the block. A man is usually never around the block. It's the woman that's usually been around the block, brother. You got that all wrong. If you have been a virgin, and you ain't messed with virgins, okay? You haven't been around the block, dog. But it's a woman who's 10 times more likely to be around the goddamn block, right? Okay, so why are you saying men are being around the block? Ain't no, unless you're talking to a whoremonger. Now I can disagree with them too. I'll be like, yo, you a whore though. You a whore, motherfucker. Okay? I talked to a couple whores. You talking about them, that's cool, but don't talk about men in average general. They're not hanging around corners fucking everything, especially if they're average looking. Let's go. Let's continue on.
When Nabeela and Hassan married, she became the second wife, a co-wife in his polygamous marriage.
Sister wife.
I met my co-wife before marriage, and we had tea and all that, and so she was okay with that, so alhamdulillah. And after marriage, our relationship starts developing slowly and slowly. I really enjoyed being in a polygamy relationship. If people can see, what the greater benefit is,
they don't see it.
We are not.
Let it be a woman, however, because I teach women how to do polyandry, which is I go on both sides of the fence all of the time. I help women and men. But let it be like a woman doing it. Nobody will really say nothing about it, okay? Let it be a woman being a whore. Nobody won't say nothing about it. But let it be a man, especially a man who's of color and high caliber and shit. I hear someone talking about me. It's okay, yes. Okay, yeah. That's my voice is talking to me, okay? And, I tell them all the time, you deal with it then. You go deal with them. Go deal with them. That's my voice is telling me some shit. Somebody talking about me. You when you hear a pinging, that's the voice is telling you that someone's talking about you. Most of the time, if you hear it ringing in your ear, you're not self-aware enough to hear the voice. I told you I'm schizo. Okay, that don't mean you're delusional. You hear it, and then they say stuff, but you can't hear it or decipher that information because your brain is too closed. You have your pituitary gland and your pineal gland is calcified. You want to say. Okay, I've been born like this since I was 7, so we are different breeds of people. Now let's continue on.
Stupid who are forced to be in this kind of relationship.
Yeah, you make more money. You do.
Are you gonna move that to the top?
Huh?
Why you want that to be on the top?
I want it to be somewhere that
prominent.
Nabeela works from home, designing and running the website for the family's business, selling Arabic perfumes and clothing.
Got some bits and pieces. This is some of our orders. No, it's a small family business, but it works. We're not, benefit based. We have our own business, and we live off whatever comes from our business.
In line with Islamic custom, Nabeela keeps all her earnings in addition to money given to her by Hassan.
I do like, doing this kind of work. It does give me flexibility, staying home with my children.
The thing is that what he got a good thing going on if they agree with it. I don't agree with that. If he did everything, put them in a house, and he got the computer, he should get 100% and give them their teethings on what they need, okay? Because he's the one who should be in charge of all the finances. Most women, okay, I said the key word, most women are not good with finances, and they're not good with business compared to men. Now, let's continue on.
Yes, it's different, but it's good. Yeah, it keeps my brain active, I think.
Yeah, and that's another thing most men have to do. Keep the woman's mind entertained. And it's not entertained by Facebook, okay? Because that could be a problem, like giving her just the Facebook in her hand. Like, I think I made that mistake. But, of course, I just let her... My wife, when she kind of screwed me over... I think because I gave her too much privilege. Okay? I gave her a Facebook and I gave her this and this and that. And I even gave her some ideas so we can start a business. But she didn't want to start a business because she was too shy. She's shy. I don't like really shy females. That's why I got to test every female out before she's too shy. That's not good. We can't move forward. She's boring. She don't really do nothing else. That's boring. I don't deal with females who don't have some sort of raison d'etre or some intelligence. other than just sitting in a house just having babies, okay? All right, let's continue.
Academic life.
The following day, after work at the mosque, Hassan makes his way to the South London home of his other wife, Sakina.
Okay. Oh, shit. Suki.
One of the conditions of polygamy is that you have to be fair and just between your wives. Not equal, necessarily. If I buy her 2 roses, I don't have to go and buy her 2 roses as well. This is not, how it's meant to be understood. The only thing that you have to be strictly equal in is the time that you spend with your wives.
Each wife gets Hassan for 3 nights at a time.
Okay.
Sakina works full-time in the city. She's working late, so Hassan collects their 2 children, Khalil and Zachariah, from nursery.
I would never name my kids something that can be searched on the internet. It would have to be something completely unique. Both my daughters' names are so unique. And when you do create it, somebody want to copy it. Because I know for a fact that my second daughter, her name is Tazetta, it was not on the internet. And then Zabaria, not on the internet. I even tried to look. I tried to look hard. I could not find those names. But now I see those names pop up. And I'm like, oh, okay. Someone in Dubai took my daughter's name. Isn't that beautiful?
Okay. How was school?
Hassan was already married and divorced when he met Sakina at university. She is the first wife in his polygamous marriage.
Damn, dude.
If you ask me to cook, I cook for myself. But if I try to cook for other people, they're going to leave with an upset stomach. No, I'm not that bad a cook. The secret is, I'll tell you what, this is the secret. Don't let your wife know how good a cook you are, because once you do that, you're going to be the victim of your own success. You're going to end up having to cook all the time when she realizes how good you really are.
Yes, very wise man. You say that.
It's wonderful being a father. I really enjoy it. I love it. It's like...
And my wife loves my cooking so much that I be telling her, okay, you don't want my cooking no more. She asks me when I come over there. I said, we don't get no more cooking unless I get some cookies and milk. Okay, you get some cookies, you give me some cookies and milk, and you do this, and I can cook. She said, hell no, you ain't forcing me. I said, it ain't got nothing to do with force. It's a choice. You're supposed to be doing stuff. And plus, I got a divorce from you anyway. I was supposed to get your sister. I just rub it in again. She's kind of got a block in her head. When a female makes me upset, I make them upset even more. I just hope to God they try to fuck me over. I hope to God, I pray. And say, if this bitch really cares about me, she can deal with my shit 200%. That's love. But it's not disrespect, though. It's just, how do I carry myself?
I can't get enough of being a father. 2. Give me 5.
Have 3.
Good job. 2. I had a close relationship with my father. And then due to circumstances, that relationship, severely broke down.
Because he was jealous.
So I kind of know what it's like to not have that. Being raised in a single parent home made me realize how important it is to have both parents. You think to yourself, I'm not going to do it like this when it's my turn. When I become the parent, I'm going to do it,
the correct way. And you know how most people make excuses saying, I was raised up. I don't believe that excuse. If you was raised up by an alcoholic and you become an alcoholic, that's because something in your genes, your genetics, crave alcohol. There's something about you that did the same thing. Genetics is a motherfucking bitch, man. Y'all gotta study genetics like I have. It is 9 times out of 10, if a person has a certain trait, that trait is gonna carry over on the kids. Facial features and everything. My daughter is a spitting image of who I am. I'm shocked that she discovered the reason of fucking law that quickly. And the thing is that she told me a lot of things that she teaches me. She's only 8 years old. She says, why do people... She asks a question. When the people ask questions, they're more intelligent than you think. More intelligent than people who don't ask questions. And she said to me the other day, why do people take shots and they don't know what's in it? They trust people easily. They're gullible. That's what I told my daughter. Same thing with reason with the religion itself, okay? People are gullible. They need to be ruled. Like Loki said, humans need to be ruled. All right, let's go.
The way that I think it's going to be better, because I experienced it this way and I didn't enjoy it. You're going to get married? How many wives are you going to have? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 4.
Oh! You hear what that kid say? Like, I'll be stronger than you, Daddy. I'm gonna have me 4 pussies. Did he teach that child that? Oh my goodness, that was so cute. He said, he paused and meditate. I'm gonna have 4 because, yeah, life is fucking short, man. Life is fucking short, okay? Let's continue. I'm not gonna watch this whole video, though.
Mizan from the Marriage Bureau is on his way to meet 2 new clients wanting a polygamous marriage.
We've got an oversupply.
Oversupply.
Yeah, I don't like using the word. We've got a massive oversupply of women in their 30s, 40s, divorced.
See, the thing is that when he's doing a business, he's marketing and shit, that's cool as fuck. That's what I do. I do a little bit of marketing here and there and shit. Try to bring in the guys to how to do polygyny, where to find the women at and shit. But if they're not coming, I ain't worried about it. They keep calling me pedophile, I ain't worried about that either. I don't care. But this dude right here, he's making sure all of the I's are poked and T's are crossed. This motherfucker is a legit businessman. Even though men are so lazy they can't do it themselves, that's where he comes in. That's where I come in. Alright, let's continue.
Humongous. I mean, I can literally, on our service, we've got something nearly up to 15,000 to 20,000 women who are in that category, divorced, with children, and who are looking and finding it very difficult.
If they're divorced, that's my only catch-22 right there. So if you want desperate women who got kids, we got that's nasty simping. That's disgusting, okay? When I used to deal with used vaginas in my past, I would inspect them with gloves, and I put a mask on their face, their eyes, okay? I don't like when women look at me. I'm not a lovey-dovey type person. I'm a wham-bam, thank you fucking ma'am for my money, okay? Especially with the strap on. I do not do all of that emotional stuff. I just do the logical stuff that they need done to their body, and I don't get too wrapped up emotionally with none of them. But that's my past. I don't do that shit no more, okay? And I'm not a whoremonger. Okay, and I don't touch used vaginas. Okay, I wear gloves. I told you I'm an inspector. What would you call what would you call a gynecologist? That's me. I'm a doctor and an inspector. All right, let's continue.
The majority of them want a monogamous relationship, but more and more and more are now considering becoming co-wives, and it's driven by the women.
The women, of course, it's driven by the women because as they age, then they want to change their minds. No, babies. Y'all fathers got to do your jobs teaching these daughters to share, because it's not going to be easy for them if it's just mano di mano. It's not going to work. Most of the time, the females are not going to have things in common with one male, especially if that one male is highly attractive. The more attractive a male is, the more likely he's not going to be settling for just one female. 80% of the women in general gravitates towards 25% of the highly attractive males with no personalities. Okay, let's continue.
By the men.
Polygamy was practiced in Arabia before Islam, but with no restrictions on the number of wives. Islam limited it to 4. When a man marries more than one wife, it is known as polygyny.
Polygamy.
Mizan's come to Derby to meet a married...
Let me explain what polygamy is. It's a generalized term for multitudes of different types of polygynies, of polygamous relationships. It's just a generalized term. When you say polygyny, that's one man, multiple wives, or multiple partners. Polyandry, okay, is one woman, multiple partners. Okay, there's other ones, but I don't know the other ones as much. I just know polygamy is a generalized term for multitudes of different types of polygamous relationships. Alright, let's continue.
Couple looking for a second wife to join them in a polygamous marriage.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Omar, long time no see.
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
You too.
And this is your wife?
My wife.
MashaAllah. Good. Have you been?
Omar met his wife, Zakaria, on an Islamic course in Leicester. He's 39 and has had a well-paid career as a physicist. They've been in a polygamous marriage before, but it broke down and ended in divorce.
What's the main reason you want to looking for a second wife?
There's no reason other than that if somebody reads one of the books from God, whether we're talking about the Bible or the Quran, it's perfectly clear in there that this is what is allowed. Okay. And it's always been allowed. Like you read the Bible, it's allowed. You go to Africa and you see many Christians there practicing polygyny. But people in the UK seem to think that it's a Muslim issue. But really, it's a matter of religion.
Yeah. It was actually Islam that came, before it was unrestricted polygyny. It was actually Islam that came down and restricted it to 4. So you don't think, like many people when they hear about polygyny in Islam, they think, oh brilliant, that's a license to go and party and have a collection of wives. But actually, in reality, when the command came down, a lot of men had to actually divorce many.
So the thing is that I love intelligent females that can talk for themselves. You will never find them. Sad. But every time I have trying to have a good conversation, it's usually some emotional refresh that they say I talk too much. But I have met some real fire dragon females in my heydays. I can name them on one hand. Joanne, Triana, and who else? Okay. That I've been with and cool with. That's paid me for my services. Joanne, Triana, okay. I can't think of any more. So it's just 2 just right now. But a lot of times women don't have fire conversations. That's just common sense. A lot of guys I talk to, they always have a good rapport. Even if they ain't got nothing to say. They just listen and they regurgitate it back and forth, reciprocating the information. But women don't do that. Their eyes are always batted and they don't like what they're hearing, yada, yada, yada. But let's continue. Even gaming, it's the same thing, okay?
A lot of people think, well, why are you happy about it? Because the man gets to have a wife and whatever. What do you get out of it? Yeah. But for me, it's nothing to do with helping out or anything, because I don't need any help. I don't need anything. I'm happy the way we are. The main thing is I want to revive something that's dying out.
And it's amazing because so many brothers be, oh, mashallah, Omar, we love you. Yeah. You're our brother. But
Alhamdulillah, brothers and sisters, we have begun the framing.
But then when it comes down to, can you help me find a wife? If you've got a daughter or a niece or an auntie or a granny somewhere that I can marry, all of a sudden.
Whenever you hear a woman say, I don't need a man, or a man and a woman is equal, then you got to cut her real quick. I don't care how intelligent she is. Cut her, and she is not a potential wife, all right?
It's like a real difficulty finding just somebody that was a suitable match. Well, what I would say is, I want to follow Islam. That's my opinion. And if they've got a problem with that, but they call themselves a Muslim, they've got a contradiction within themselves.
Exactly. You are absolutely... I keep talking and saying this about the Muslim community. And when I run up on women and they be like, not virgins in Gambia and everywhere else, I'm like, how are you not a virgin? How are you not a virgin? How are you overweight when the Quran simply gives you instructions? A bunch of fucking hypocrites. Lots and lots of them. You can't be... A lot of Christians in America do the same shit. Same shit. And I keep telling them, hey, you having all your problems because you ain't read the Word of God. That's fucked up. I don't even need the Word of God because I have my morals is out of the fucking roof, kazoo and shit, because my inner voice is in the Holy Spirit. But a lot of people need to read a book and they don't even read the goddamn thing. And when you tell them some verses, it's out of their control. They just do what they want to do, okay?
Come with their own personalities, man. They all come with their own personalities, and to find someone a personality that will meet their criterion is very difficult.
Unusually, Omar and Zakaria would like a second wife to live with them and their son, rather than living in a separate house.
See?
There's nothing lacking in our marriage. It's just, if it can work, it's a bonus, it's an extra. But, there's nothing lacking. So when my husband told me about polygyny from the outset, I thought, I can trust this guy. And that's what made me want to marry him more. I know it might sound stupid, if you think, he wants polygyny. But actually, that's the bit that got me more interested, because I thought, you know what, if this guy can admit it from the beginning, then I've got nothing to worry about. There's so many women out
That's right. I be telling women all the time, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I do. I tell her my history, my past. I tell her everything about myself. I say, hey, you know, these are the things that's about me. Yada, yada, yada. That's alpha shit. You up front with the shit. Most guys can't do that. They can't do polygyny. But they'll call you a fucking pedophile. They'll call you a freak. Okay? A lot of beta males will call you a freak. But other than that, I'm going to cut it off right here now because I don't want to talk too much because I got to do some gaming in an hour and a half here. And you guys have a good day, okay? I love animals more than human beings, but I don't fuck the animals. Let's listen to a little bit more of what she has to say.
Who are wondering where their husbands are after night, after dark, thinking, is he going with another woman? What's he doing? All that.
9 times out of 10, when you have polygynous relationships, nobody cheats. Men don't usually cheat. They already got like 3 or 4 kids in the house. They don't do that. 9 times out of 10. I ain't say all times now. There's some nasty motherfuckers who cheat even when they got 5 wives. Probably so. But that's another story for another day. What else has she got?
I have no issue with somebody telling me, right, I want polygyny, or I'm already married, or whatever else.
Hassan already has 2 wives, but has decided to marry a third, a woman he met through a friend.
How you doing? Okay? How you doing? Right, fine, man. That's good. Yeah, no. That's family good. Good.
Now, if you want to watch the rest of this, I'll put down a link in the description box down below. But understand this, I teach all sides, okay? If you're in the middle and your race is a cyst or a gist or a cat or a monkey, okay, I like to talk to you. You come to me for therapy, you give me therapy too, because we all can learn from each other. And we can go on from there, okay? Now, people think I'm a poser or a fake or some shit like that. Let them dream and be pessimistic. Let them do that shit. Let them say derogatory things about me, because that only brings me negative attention that turns into positive attention until people figure me out. When they figure me out, that's good. I love when people despise me more than they love me. I just love it. Okay, I feed off of negative energy. I'm going to say this, okay? Remember that? But people, I don't mind if people jump to conclusions. I make up lies on purpose so people can, oh, that motherfucker's crazy. He's this, okay, But, to each his own. I'm out of here, guys, and I love you all, but I hate the many of you. And, y'all have a good night. I didn't say it, okay? I don't always say it in all my videos, right? Peace.